Hello and welcome into Allen University Athletics. Here on WACH-FOX 57, I'm Kate Crenshaw. So glad to have you along with us on this week's episode as we take a dive into all things Yellow Jackets. And on this week's episode, we're taking a chat with head football coach Cedric Pearl as his team heads into week 3 of the season and their first home test of 2024 against Point University. We'll also have a visit with women's soccer head coach Machi Provost as his team is in their full fall swing and they're getting a key player back from international play. As we'll also speak with student-athlete Gabriell Murphy from the women's soccer team. She just spent some time over in Brazil playing for her home country of the Bahamas in a very, very special event that was played on the beaches of Brazil. We'll talk with Gabby about that experience and all of the very, very neat things she got to do down in South America. All of that coverage and more coming up here on Allen Athletics.
Right here, there's a better way to travel where we're proud to be local. But we're more than just your local airport. Here, you can go from garage to gate in minutes instead of traveling to travel.
Who wants to drive an hour up 77 anyway?
With quick find parking and multi-airline kiosks, we're designed to save you time. So for your next trip, check CAE first. The Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Fly local, fly with neighbors, fly with ease.
At Founders Federal Credit Union, we know success is a team effort. We're always cheering for you, side by side, so you can dream big and achieve your goals. Offering products and services that put you in the lead, whether that's helping you buy a car, build your savings, or supporting your community. We're here with the financial support you need. That's teamwork. Score big with Founders Federal Credit Union. Relax with Founders.
I think my images truly portray dynamic women, like being bold, being fearless. Growing up, I did not see what I wanted to be. There was just a lack of Black women, business owners, entrepreneurs, creatives. That's how I just started taking pictures. And from there, I figured out that I wanted to be a photographer for women of color. It takes a village to be a Black woman, to live and survive as a Black woman. It takes support. I found my niche and I'm sticking to it.
Each year, the South Carolina Education Lottery raises millions of dollars for scholarships and grants that help students prepare for their dream career, just like Kristen.
And we're back here on Allen Athletics with head football coach Cedric Pearl. Coach, not the result you were looking for on your trip to Livingstone this past Saturday with a 23-21 loss, but what were some of your takeaways against that match?
The takeaways again, and we're playing for 60 minutes. There's always some bright spots, even in a ball game like that. Our defensive effort was outstanding. We only gave up 2 touchdowns in that football game. Unfortunately, one of that touchdown came via special teams punt return. That's one thing we're trying to get corrected this week, making those corrections. And also on our own special teams, we were able to run a kickback that kind of evened that out. But we missed a field goal that could have won the game for us, and they made one that did. So, but again, our kids play for 60 minutes. We just got to learn to finish strong. We just got to learn to finish strong. And these last 2 ball games was 2 winnable games. And, and then things that we're doing can be corrected. So that's what we've been at practice all week, working on getting prepared for Point University.
Was finish strong the message to the team post-game?
Yes, and that's what I was telling them. We just got to finish strong. These teams, the 2 losses, they just made one more play than we did. And, that's what makes everything encouraging, that you see the guys, you see it's there. We have flash plays on offense and defense where it's like, wow, we really got something special here, and then we'll go into a drought. So we got that drought is what we got to get rid of, especially offensively, where we have maybe we put together like 2 series in a row where we get nothing, but we need to be either getting 3 or 7 every time we go out on the field, and that's what we want to do.
Well, you already mentioned one of the bright spots from that contest at Livingstone, and that was the play of Nanders Lawrence. This is a young sophomore who had a kick return against Livingstone, also had a receiving touchdown against Clark Atlanta the previous week. Coach, I know recruiting is always a challenge, but when you don't have to leave campus to find a kid. I know that'll help. He was just walking around here on campus, and you found him on the football team. What type of impact has he had?
Butch, and that's what we call him, Nanders Lawrence. But Butch has done an outstanding job since he's been there. He came out in the spring and actually had a car accident and was not able to practice. So he, in true Butch fashion, he kept in contact with me over the summer and really over the spring to say that he was healing from his injuries from the car accident and those kind of things, but he was not able to practice this spring at all. So I told him, as long as he was eligible academically, he would be able to come out for the team, and he was, because he's a good student as well. So starting in camp, you start noticing that the kid was making plays. So of course, we want those kind of guys in the game. He's really explosive too, with his speed. And the first ball game, I know the big catch that everybody know. He made a couple of big catches in that game, but even at his size, he can block as well as a receiver. So he's very strong and feisty, as well as a speedy receiver as well that can get down the field with agility. So I just been amazed and very proud and pleased of everything I've seen out of Nanders so far this year. He's really becoming one of our playmakers.
From a youngster on your squad who's made an impact to an old guy, and Andre Phillips. I know he's been around for a few seasons now,
yes.
And coming in for the last 2 weeks, he's been your leading tackler at linebacker, close to 20 tackles combined in 2 games. What has he done so far to have that type of impact defensively?
Well, I think he's taken the coaching well from Coach Bulware, and also he's reading the offensive schemes well and attacking and getting downhill. And some of that is benefit to good defensive tackle play we have on the inside, because whenever you have good defensive tackle play, your Mike linebacker going to be free to run and go make plays. So he's been benefiting from that too. But outside of that, we even noticed that Andre was playing well in the spring. He had a great spring, and he's continued to play well even in the fall.
We've covered special teams. We've covered defense from this past week. Offensively, what's the next step you're looking forward from that group?
Offensively, we like I say, we just those periods where we go a spell with playing behind the sticks. We got to eliminate those mistakes, the holding penalties and those kind of things. Or last week, we gave up a couple of sacks that we shouldn't have that kept us behind the sticks. So when we're in front of the sticks, we're hard to stop. But when we get behind the sticks, we're just like most offensively, get tough. 2nd and 15 and 3rd and 15. Those are not good situations that you want to be in mostly. You want to be in 2nd and 5 or 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 5 or somewhere in there. Manageable downs where you can get the first down, where you can really call in a play that you want to call and execute it well and get the first down. So those are the things offensively we just need to do, get back to really, even though we lost that first game, getting back to the way we was playing in game 1 and in some moments of the game last week, because Bo ran the ball extremely well, and when Jameer had time, he completed passes, even 174 yards to Caleb Cummins.
Well, Coach, we want to move forward as well, and you've got a tough team coming in. A Point University squad. It's an NAIA program that comes in. And for those who are unfamiliar, they're just classification differences. But as you and I have alluded to before, the parities across college football, there are no classification differences anymore. This is a really talented club you've got coming in.
They really are talented. And you can see that on the film. They have a talented defense. A young man, number 11, probably the best football player who we've identified. I can't think of his name right now, but I know his number. But they have a really good team, real coach team that is going to be a great football game here at Westwood Stadium. But we're looking forward to coming home with a W.
Offensively, what are you going to expect from the Skyhawks?
They like to throw the ball and mix in the run. So we're looking to take those things away from right away.
For your team approaching that contest, is outside of scoring more points than Point does, what are some things you're looking for your team on Saturday?
Just consistency. That's the issue, just consistency. And like I was saying, we have moments where we're outstanding, and we need to be consistent with those moments and be outstanding for the entire ball game and not just a few spurts here and there. Yeah, but there's just the consistency, and we're working on those things every day.
You coach a very physical sport. You play 2 games. There's going to be some bumps and bruises along the way. What's some injury updates from your team?
Raekwon Williams, we should get him back this week. Kevin Graham has taken the cast off, so that injury is healed on him. We have a few guys kind of banged up. what's his name? Bo Harrington has a shoulder, and then Freeman dealing with a shoulder right now. But those guys should heal up and be ready to go.
You mentioned Kevin Graham, a returner from last year's team and a player who was among SIAC leaders with interceptions last year. Him being back fully healthy, what does he bring to the secondary?
Leadership, his aggressiveness, his style of play, the tenacity, all those things describe Kevin. His relentless effort is the first thing that I noticed when I got here. That's one thing that he has is that can be infectious on the team. So those are the things that we're looking for out of Kevin, and glad to have him, finally back on the field.
You mentioned infectious personalities and big personalities. That secondary group has a couple of those mixed in.
No doubt about it.
What have you seen from that position group, and how has Coach Huff worked with them to help everything balance and work itself out to be one of the strong points of your team?
Right, they're a great group. And the thing about defensive backs is that's a group of confident young men. Let me just say that. And that's what you want out of that group, because they really have to have a short-term memory. It's a position that is feast or famine. They could give up a play, a touchdown in a heartbeat, and then they can come right back and then break up 5 passes in a row. So you have to forget the last play, whether it was successful or unsuccessful for you, and continue to play at a high level. And Coach Huff is doing an outstanding job with those guys in the secondary doing that. I know we have several interceptions, but the PBUs too, that people don't really count because it's not an interception. But the batted balls, we'll take those every day.
Coach, there's no place like home. This will be your first home game aside from a spring game, which obviously there's a difference.
Right.
You're facing off against a new opponent this week. There's nothing like a home game, your first one here at Allen. What's your message to the fans to come out and support?
Come on out, let Point feel the energy, let them hear Yellow Jacket Nation loud and proud, and cheers on to our victory.
There you go. He's Coach Cedric Pearl of our football program. Coach, best of luck this weekend, and let's get that home W.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it.
We'll be back.
Right here, there's a better way to travel, where we're proud to be local, but we're more than just your local airport. Here, you can go from garage to gate in minutes instead of traveling to travel.
Who wants to drive an hour up 77 anyway?
With quick find parking and multi-airline kiosks, we're designed to save you time. So for your next trip, check CAE first. The Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Fly local, fly with neighbors, fly with ease.
At Founders Federal Credit Union, we know success is a team effort. We're always cheering for you, side by side, so you can dream big and achieve your goals. Offering products and services that put you in the lead, whether that's helping you buy a car, build your savings, or supporting your community. We're here with the financial support you need. That's teamwork. Score big with Founders Federal Credit Union. Relax with Founders.
Back here on Allen Athletics, talking women's soccer with head coach Machi Provost. Coach, you're now 3 matches into this early season. What do you felt like you've learned about your team, and what ways have they grown so far?
So I'll answer the second question first. I think some of the biggest ways that they've grown is understanding, what it takes to still be a winning team, So we've had to really claw at finding our identity, and then also not veering away from the plan. So once we get down to how to properly shift, how to properly communicate, those are some of the biggest things that are hindrances, but I think we'll start picking up, and some steam will start picking up there as well.
You look ahead, a road matchup. It's in-state, so not too far of a travel, just up to Greenville to take on Bob Jones this upcoming Saturday. What are you hoping to see from your squad in that match? Of course, aside from a win and a couple of goals scored, right, what are some things you as a coach, as the season's development has gone on, that you're hoping to see against Bob Jones?
So one of the biggest things is freedom in possession, and being creative on the ball and off the ball. I think we're a little too staggered in those moments. We might have one go and then another one go, but once we start understanding the flow of how to make runs and what kind of runs to make, then I think our game will open up a lot more. And then too, we have to take our chances early. We had 4 chances previously in our match against Albany State where it didn't help us the most not to put those in the back of the net. So at the same time, take your chances early, but don't stop after those chances are there. And then 2, have fun with the game. That's kind of a portion that when you get to college, sometimes it might just wither away a little bit, but you definitely still have to have fun and enjoy this this game because it is beautiful. It brings you experiences that you might not have, and be grateful for those opportunities.
3 weeks into the season, aside from the normal bumps and bruises that come with a collegiate soccer season, what's the injury status of your team?
So we're looking at our goalkeeper Kaya. She is about to go get some surgery now for her ACL. So prayers are with her, and then also best wishes on her recovery too. But we're coming back strong. Our Braylon Saunders is back from a concussion. Amy Canales is back from concussion as well. And we haven't really had any deep tissue or ligament issues there. So we're looking pretty strong in terms of health. Now it's about, can we put the right pieces together in order to increase the strength in our attacking front, as well as I believe our defense is not bad. It just takes these young ladies. It's been 12 to 13, sometimes maybe 14 playing a game. So wear and tear on the body does come in. So it's a more challenging task when you only have that versus a full 28 or 30 on the sideline. But even then, 30 people have to be able to be as mentally strong as 11. So it's always going to be 11 v 11. We just have to figure out how to overcome that.
One of the mainstays in your rotation so far this year has been the play of Talia Brooks, a transfer student for you. I know she had to miss the last match due to a red card suspension. She's back with you this Saturday against Bob Jones. What was her path to Allen as a transfer student, and how do you evaluate her play so far this season?
Yeah, so she is a first year coming in. She has some academic credits from her dual enrollment in high school, and she's a presidential scholar for us as well. So she brings brains, but also work ethic on the field too. So at the same time, she got a red card, but it wasn't a demeaning red card. It was a situation where she was trying to help the team. So we applaud her for that effort, but at the same time, we have to grow and we have to be able to adapt to different situations. And there's another scenario to where she doesn't get a red card, and that comes from the team being able to respond readily to not put her in that position as well. So she's adapting to the game and to the speed of it, I will say. She's kind of like a baby reindeer a little bit, trying to get her legs right. But at the same time, she's a strong young lady. So we're hopeful to see what her development looks like in a few weeks.
A defender who worked her way into the offensive attack this past Saturday against Albany State, Sarah Duque Castaño. She came away with her first goal of the season, and she's also one of those leaders around the locker room that I know you count on a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Sarah has a big personality, great player, technical on the ball. She has the vision, and she's passionate. And it's hard to separate a player that is passionate from a player that just wants to be there. And in our case, we're very fortunate to have a player like Sarah. And it's great to see her get her first goal too, for the school. I'd love to hear her mom's reaction. She's very celebratory for us too. So Sarah's a big piece, and we want to see her grow into more of a leadership role as the season goes on too. And she's taking that by the reins, and I'd say she's adapting pretty well.
Well, Coach, best of luck against Bob Jones this weekend. We'll catch you next week.
Yes, sir.
We'll be back with more.
Right here, there's a better way to travel, where we're proud to be local, but we're more than just your local airport. Here, you can go from garage to gate in minutes, instead of traveling to travel.
Who wants to drive an hour up 77 anyway?
With quick find parking and multi-airline kiosks, we're designed to save you time. So for your next trip, check CAE first. The Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Fly local, fly with neighbors, fly with ease.
There's a hidden gem in downtown Columbia, South Carolina. Are you ready to witness the epitome of grit and passion? Well, welcome to Allen University Athletics. From dazzling plays on the basketball court to the electrifying crowd, we've got tradition and we've got pageantry. Fueled by determination and unwavering spirit, coaches will push everyone's limits, game after game. At Allen University, we believe in the power of unity, teamwork, and resilience. Together, we rise. Be a part of the legacy and experience the thrill of Allen University Athletics. For more information, visit our athletics website at auyellowjackets.com.
I think my images truly portray dynamic women, like being bold, being fearless. Growing up, I did not see what I wanted to be. There was just a lack of Black women, business owners, entrepreneurs, creatives. That's how I just started taking pictures. And from there, I figured out that I wanted to be a photographer for women of color. It takes a village to be a Black woman, to live and survive as a Black woman. It takes support. I found my niche and I'm sticking to it.
Each year, the South Carolina Education Lottery raises millions of dollars for scholarships and grants that help students prepare for their dream career, just like Kristen.
And we welcome you back here to Allen Athletics as we sit down with one of our student athletes of the week, Gabriell Murphy from the women's soccer team. Gabby, thanks so much for stopping by. And you've got an interesting story to share with us this week, and it doesn't have anything to do with what you've done here at Allen so far. It's what you did for your home country. I know this past week you got to travel back with your native country of the Bahamas and go play in Brazil in an international tournament. Tell me about some of the details and what were some of your experiences?
It was a blessing. It was an opportunity that God gave me to go and play for my home country, beach soccer. We went to Brazil for the FISU championships. It was a lot of different beach sports. It wasn't just soccer. I had a ball. I had a blast. We didn't get the results we wanted, but I definitely enjoyed myself, and it's something I would do again. We played Argentina, Brazil, and El Salvador. So it was a good mix of different play styles, which I enjoyed being exposed to. It helped me to better myself as a player. We went on a tour. We went to see the Jesus statue. That was probably my favorite thing. We went to the cathedral. We went to Santa Teresa. We got to see like these stairs. It was beautiful. It was just a beautiful experience overall.
It definitely sounds like an all-encompassing event as well, which is really special. And now, one thing you mentioned there in talking about different play styles, there was also different playing surfaces. You played on beach, which is sand, versus regular grass or turf that you might play here in the States. For those who have never done it before, what are the different challenges or different approaches that you had to take as a player adjusting to running on a smooth surface versus one that moves around your feet?
I played beach soccer previously, like a few years ago, but I had stopped. It's just a lot more resistance. You have to be, it's definitely a difference in fitness levels you need. With sand, it's way more resistance, like I already said. So that's really one of the biggest things. You play barefoot as well. You do a lot more scooping. So you have to kind of scoop the ball. It's a lot of aerial play. So scoop, pass in the air, things like that. You can pass on the floor, you can dribble, but you're going to give yourself a difficult time trying to do those things.
You talk about difficult time, and a question I've got to ask, I'm sure our viewers are wondering too. Barefoot on hot sand in the summer in Brazil, did your feet not get a little hot?
It was actually winter time there, from what I heard, so it wasn't too bad. It was still hot though. They have a beautiful winter. It's not too cold, not too hot. But it's really a mental thing. The sand does get hot, but after a while playing on it, you kind of get used to it.
Tell me about the journey of how you got this opportunity. What is the steps that were taken before you got the call to go represent your home country?
So, like I mentioned before, I played beach soccer. I've played for my national beach soccer team a few times before. We went to El Salvador. And it was really just my coach kind of, funny story actually. I went back home for the summer break and I played in this tournament they were having. I didn't want to play because, like I said, I don't really like beach. But one of my really good friends, Shanika, she wanted me to play on a team. I did. They saw me, and my coach was like, "You're coming out. You're gonna come out." Then she gave me the opportunity. She messaged me, and I took it because it's Brazil. I can't miss out on an opportunity like that.
Well, although you may be far from home now that you're back here in Columbia, there's also a Bahamian representation on the Allen women's soccer team. You've got a couple teammates as well from your native country, and both Rachel Roll and Bretland Saunders. What is it like having representatives from your home country here on your team in Allen, and that's experiences you three can share with one another?
It makes you feel like you have a home away from home. It's like bringing a piece of the country with you. I enjoy having them here. We got a lot of laughs, a lot of, I guess, I can talk. I can really be myself, like my authentic self around them. And it's just something that, it's a blessing once again. It's really a blessing because not a lot of people get to experience that, international students. So I'm glad that I did choose to come here because that was one of the reasons I came here. I transferred over here.
Well, Gabby, thanks so much for stopping by. Congrats on representing your home country.
Thank you so much.
We'll be back in a moment.
Right here, there's a better way to travel, where we're proud to be local, but we're more than just your local airport. Here, you can go from garage to gate in minutes, instead of traveling to travel.
Who wants to drive an hour up 77 anyway?
With quick find parking and multi-airline kiosks, we're designed to save you time. So for your next trip, check CAE first. The Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Fly local, fly with neighbors, fly with ease.
At Founders Federal Credit Union, we know success is a team effort. We're always cheering for you, side by side, so you can dream big and achieve your goals. Offering products and services that put you in the lead. Whether that's helping you buy a car, build your savings, or supporting your community, we're here with the financial support you need. That's teamwork. Score big with Founders Federal Credit Union. Relax with Founders.
I think my images truly portray dynamic women, like being bold, being fearless. Growing up, I did not see what I wanted to be. There was just a lack of Black women, business owners, entrepreneurs, creatives. That's how I just started taking pictures. And from there, I figured out that I wanted to be a photographer for women of color. It takes a village to be a Black woman, to live and survive as a Black woman. It takes support. I found my niche and I'm sticking to it.
Each year, the South Carolina Education Lottery raises millions of dollars for scholarships and grants that help students prepare for their dream career, just like Kristen.
There's a hidden gem in downtown Columbia, South Carolina. Are you ready to witness the epitome of grit and passion? Well, welcome to Allen University Athletics. From dazzling plays on the basketball court to the electrifying crowd, we've got tradition and we've got pageantry. Fueled by determination and unwavering spirit, coaches will push everyone's limits, game after game. At Allen University, we believe in the power of unity, teamwork, and resilience. Together, we rise. Be a part of the legacy and experience the thrill of Allen University Athletics. For more information, visit our athletics website at auyellowjackets.com.
And that'll close things out for us here on Allen Athletics. For everything you need to know about the Yellow Jackets, you can visit us online at auyellowjackets.com. Again, that's auyellowjackets.com. There you'll find scores, recaps, schedules, and more of all 12 of our varsity sport programs. I'm Kay Crenshaw, and that'll do it for us on this week's episode. We'll see you next time, and as always, remember to smile.